bench press corner of the gym always felt a little strange. Every other machine stayed occupied, people waited in lines, but no one ever willingly went near that corner. Chris, a new guy at the gym, didn't understand it in the beginning. He thought people were just choosing their favorite machines. But as days passed, he realized something odd. People avoided that corner on purpose, even refusing to look at it for more than a second. One evening, Chris walked into the gym. Soft music, the sound of machines, a few people working out. It all felt normal. It was chest day. So after warming up, Chris headed toward the bench press corner. But as he stepped closer, he felt a sudden blast of cold air, completely different from the rest of the gym. It felt like the AC was blowing only at that spot, even though there wasn't a single vent nearby. Chris shook it off, thinking he was imagining things, and grabbed the barbell. At first, the bar felt light, but the moment he lay down on the bench and did his first rep, the plates started feeling heavier, way heavier. By the second rep, the weight had increased so much that it felt like the barbell was getting heavier on its own. The plates looked normal on the ground. No extra weight, nothing changed. Yet the pressure kept increasing. The barbell slowly began pressing into Chris's chest. He thought maybe his grip was slipping or his hands were sweaty. But by the third rep, he knew this wasn't natural. Something invisible was pushing the bar down. Suddenly, the light above the bench flickered violently. All the other gym lights stayed normal, perfectly steady. Only that corner's light kept dimming and brightening. Between the flickers, Chris felt like someone was leaning over him, someone he couldn't see, but whose presence was painfully real. His breathing turned heavy. The barbell was nearly jammed against his chest. Using every bit of strength he had, Chris tilted the barbell sideways. The plates crashed onto the floor with a loud clang, rolling across the gym. People turned toward him, confused, not understanding what had just happened. Chris's face was drenched in sweat, his hands shaking uncontrollably. The plates on the ground looked normal. The barbell on the bench looked normal, like nothing had ever happened. But the air in that corner still felt ice cold, freezing through his skin. When Chris reached for his water bottle, his trembling hand caused water to spill everywhere. The next day, when Chris came back, the trainer told him to stay away from the bench press corner. When he asked why, the trainer leaned in and whispered, 2 years ago, a guy died on that bench. No spotter. Barbell crushed his chest. Since then, no one touches that corner. Chris went quiet. The cold air, the flickering light, the crushing weight. Everything from last night suddenly made sense. As the trainer walked away, Chris looked toward the bench press corner. It was empty, but for a split second, he saw a faint, ghostly figure lying on the bench, in the exact same position someone would be in when the barbell crushes their chest. Chris blinked hard. The bench looked normal again. After that day, Chris kept working out, but never went near that corner again. Every evening, the light in that corner flickered softly. Sometimes the plates clinked on their own. The barbell always felt colder than the rest, unnaturally cold. The rest of the gym stayed normal. Music, workouts, people laughing. But the bench press corner felt like a different world altogether, like someone was still there, trying to finish their last set and waiting for another newcomer to take their place.